Hello everybody, I am Coimbra. I am very happy to be here with you. This time I'll be trying to show you and explain some techniques I use to model a thing that I call a juice design, a juice container. It's my first tutorial using CATIA as a matter of fact. My first journey in 3D world was using SolidWorks. But ever since I was told about CATIA and its powerful resources, it was a tab for me to jump from one to the other. So let me invoke CATIA here. Here we are. Let me start a brand new session. It's CATIA's initial working environment, and in a first glance, there's nothing much here to look at, so you could underestimate the software. But believe me, you're wrong. You shouldn't do that, because CATIA is very, very powerful, and I mean what I say. So let's get started. But before anything, I'd like to apologize myself in advance for anything that may go wrong here, because I will be modeling on the fly, and you know that working like that, things can get messed up. But I hope you'll all understand. By going here to this upper right icon here, it's the workbench selection icon, I have the opportunity of choosing one of these four pre-configured benches. I will choose this here, generative shape design. I'll give a name for my project. I'll call it juice container. And now, here we are. First thing, select this plane here. Go to the sketch icon so that we are now in the sketch mode. I'll press this icon here which says snap to point, because I want to be precise in choosing the points I'll draw my line, my center line. So, first point, final point. Now I don't need this option anymore. By the end point of the center line, I want it to be fixed in space. So fixed. Now to draw our spline. And by the way, I am talking and acting a little bit fast because the YouTube guys give us only 10 minutes for our first video, so I hope you understand that. Now I'll double click the spline in order to insert here another point. Okay, let me zoom in here to this brand new point. CATIA has established here two coincidence relation constraints. I don't want them. Now I'll drag this point here to the right, so I can establish a tangency here. Very good. Now let me zoom out. Now for the rest of the spline, I'll tweak a little bit here. This point here a little bit. No. Control Z and do. Here, I think it's okay. This one I think should be a little bit up. No, it's okay. Exit the sketch. I'll copy the sketch. Now I will create a new plane. Choose this plane here, and I will select this icon here, press in it. It will bring me the plane definition dialog box. I'll choose this option here, angle normal to plane. The plane is already selected. Now for the rotation axis, I will choose the Z axis, and for the offset angle, I'll insert this value here, 15 degrees. Now our plane is created. You can see here a bunch of planes, and it's hard to see our new plane, so I'll hide these three traditional working planes, and all we were left with is our new plane. So select it and paste the sketch right into it. Now we have here two splines. I don't need this plane anymore, so I'll hide it. Now to create another plane, by going here to this icon point, I'll choose this option for creating my point between, and CATIA is asking me for 2 points. The first one is going to be this one here, the second one this one here, and I'll press middle point. You can see here our brand new point, which will be located right in the middle of these two selected points here, displayed in red. Okay, now with 3 points in space, not coincident, you know, we can define a plane. So I'll use this option here, through 3 points. The first one is going to be this, the second one the origin, and the third one this cross point here. Now we have our plane here displayed in green. Very good. Now the same procedure, I'll select the plane and I'll paste the spline right in it. Now we have 3 splines, as you can see. I'll double click the middle spline so that I can get into the sketch mode. These 2 endpoints here will be merged. So by pressing Control key, I can select the 2 ones. Selected. Now by applying here this constraint coincidence, they were merged, as you can see. For the rest of the points in this spline, I'll tweak their position. My intention here, in case you may be wondering, is to create a kind of groove. Let me Control Z to undo, a little bit down, this one here a little bit down, this one here a little bit down. Very good. Now this one here, I think a little bit to the right, this one a little bit down. Very good, very nice. Exit the sketch. Now we have 3 splines here, which will be used to create our groove, our surface groove. This icon here, extrude one, I'm going to use this option to create new surfaces. The first one is going to be from this right spline here. So okay, created. It's important for you to know that this surface was extruded normal to the plane where our spline here, selected in orange, was drawn. Very good. Okay, now to repeat the procedure, select this spline here and extrude. A surface was extruded, but it's going the wrong way, so I'll reverse the direction to get the surface going in the right way. So nice. Now we need a surface here in the middle, and to achieve this goal I have this option here, multi-section surface. I'll choose this spline, this one here in the middle, and this one here. I have to establish a tangency relation, so select this surface. You can see here tangent in the continuity tab. Same thing for this spline here, tangent. Okay, here we have our surface. And if you take a closer look, we have perfect transition from the middle surface to the left one, and the same happens to the right one, as you can see. Now I'll hide these 2 side surfaces. They don't play a very important role now, so bye. All we were left with is our groove. Very nice. So I'll stop the video at this time, and we will continue these series of this tutorial in the next section. So thank you very much for being watching. See you guys.